Peace. What's good, guys? How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. Let's talk about and discuss Impact Wrestling for September the 8th, 2022. This was an okay episode of Impact. I kind of enjoyed it. We're not but just a little under a month out for Bound for Glory, and we're 2 weeks out until Victory Road. And I still don't think that Impact should have Victory Road right now at all. They should just do that later on, sometime this year, or just wait for next year. Just don't have Victory Road. Just don't, because it's so close to Bound for Glory. It's gonna be hard to build a card, because you're basically building two cards within a 2 week time span. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. So on that note, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let's start with the pre-show before the Impact. Shane Taylor of Shane Taylor Promotions, he made his debut. He lost against Crazy Steve. That makes no fucking sense. Stupid. Dumb. Very, very dumb. I have no idea why Impact did that. It makes zero sense. I don't even know how long he's even signed with the company. Probably not long. If I were to bet on it, or just make an assumption, probably no more than about a year. Not long, because Impact right now is just a revolving door. They have not been able to keep any talent. They lost Morrissey, they've lost Jonah, Madison Rain, and so many others. It's just unreal. It just doesn't make any damn sense. It's stupid. First match of the night, Aussie Open, Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher versus Bullet Club, featuring Ace Austin, Chris Bay. Pretty good match. In the end, though, the Aussie Open win. So they defeat Chris Bay with the Colosse, or whatever they call the finisher move. So it's pretty badass. It's cool that they're there, but it begs the question: is Will Ospreay, is he gonna be in the main event scene soon? That begs the question. Probably so. I would imagine they're probably going to go down the Kenny Omega route like they did last year. During the early stages of the pandemic era, stuff like that. So they'll probably go down that route with Will Ospreay. He'll be involved. So whenever Josh Alexander defeats Eddie Edwards, I'm pretty sure his next opponent will probably be either Jay White or Will Ospreay. Moving on, Maria Kanellis, she's backstage. I don't know more. They're backstage. So Maria, she congratulates Matt Taven and Mike Bennett on becoming the new Impact World Tag Team Champions last week. Kanellis says that while Honor No More has more work to do, this is evidence of change. And then Kenny King, he said he vowed after losing the Axstv Championship to Mike Bailey, he claims that he was screwed by Impact Wrestling. And then Eddie Edwards says that after he takes care of Heath later on in the night, Josh Alexander will reveal which side of the war he's on. Then we get another backstage interview by Gia Miller. She's interviewing the Good Brothers. Anderson says that they're not done with Honor No More. And then out of nowhere, the Motor City Machine Guns, they interrupt Doc Gallows. And then I believe it was Chris Sabin that says There's only one room for one machine gun in Impact Wrestling. That's Carl Anderson. No, that was Doc Gallows that said that. And then the two teams, they agree to have the first time ever match next week. So that should be good. Probably a main event. Probably. More than likely. I don't know. Who really cares at this stage in the game? It's kind of too late. You know, both teams are way past their prime. The Good Brothers are probably going to go to WWE after their time in New Japan. I guess this is the set of tapings where they get written off next week. So I wouldn't be shocked if we see Honor No More take up the both teams, the Machine Guns and the Good Brothers. Mickie James versus Rachel Rose. She wins via the Mick DDT. Kenny King, he barges in to a conversation between Scott D'Amore and Mia Yim. Kenny, he demands a rematch for the X-Division Championship. D'Amore tells him that Bayley, he's defending it against Masara Dorada next week. I'm still trying to figure out who that is. Is that Grand Metalik? It seems like it's somebody who used to be in the Lucha House Party. I don't know who it is, but he looks so familiar, like it's Grand Metalik. I have to really look into it, but I'm going to research that name after this video. It's driving me nuts. I want to say it's Grand Metalik. Because what he wore last week just screams that it's Grand Metalik. Because he was known to wear those that attire a lot in WWE and on the indies. So it very well might be him. I don't fucking know. But anyway, that's beside the point. So the more he ensures King that he'll make an announcement next week, he knows that King will be interested in. And then Kenny says that he doesn't want to wait till next week. So Scott puts him in a match against the debuting Yuya Uemura. And it's going to be up next. So, oh wait. Let's talk about Steve Maclin. So Steve Maclin, he's in an interview with Gia Miller. He says that there's no deal between him and Moose last week, and that he's simply trying to formulate a plan for the first ever triple threat barbed wire match at Victory Road. And Maclin, Miller, she basically tells him that whatever Maclin said, it doesn't matter. They're gonna have a team up, a tag match against the K next week. So it is what it is. Who cares? Moving on, third match of the night: Kenny King versus Yuya Uemura. Kenny King loses. He loses with a crossbody. Mia Yim, she comes down, distracts him. King pulls her hair, and she kicks him in the head. He sells the kick, and then Yuya, he does a kick to the head, and then he hits the crossbody for the 1, 2, 3. I was fucking pissed. What the fuck is going on? We know that he's from New Japan. It doesn't matter. You don't bury guys that you're pushing for someone else, for another promotion. It just doesn't make any sense. Stupid. Bad booking. You don't do that shit. He had a good showing, but Uemura should have came up with a loss. Sometimes it's good to look good in defeat. It just doesn't make any sense, especially if you're still trying to push Honor No More. I don't fucking know. But it was nonsensical. Sami Callihan, he cuts a promo backstage. A creepy promo. I mean, you know, a creepy video. So he vows to have Moose and Steve Maclin at each other's throats by the time they get to the barbed wire massacre at Victory Road. Who gives a shit? We then get a really good segment involving a promotion for Joe Doring. That all proceeds, that his new shirt, Keep Coming Kick Ass. It's on Shop Impact, so people can buy and donate to Dowling during this hard time that he's going through with brain cancer. And I do hope and pray that he does pull through. I really do. I really do. Next, we got a really, really good kick-ass segment here. So, we get a really cool video package. So, Diener is following Eric Young, and they're at a remote location. And so, Young begins to remind him and numerous others that it's all about the essence of violence. The design is all about violence. So it's like Eric is like a cult leader, like very Bray Wyatt-esque, and he's standing there with Diener and like maybe I think 10 or 12 other guys, and they're all Diener and the rest of the guys are shedding violence. It was really fucking awesome. Loved it. I'm interested to see where they go with this. Chelsea Green with Deonna Purrazzo versus Taya Valkyrie with Rosemary and Jessica. Green wins. She hits the Unpretty for the win. So I guess more dissension between Havoc, Rosemary, and Jessica. It's interesting to see where that goes, I guess. I don't really fucking know. Jordynne Grace, she tells me, Gia Miller, that she believes that Masha Slamovich's undefeated streak is attributed to her intimidation tactics. And then Grace says that they won't work on her and at Bound for Glory when she walks into her locker room. But she walks into her locker room and she's met with a chilling message that reads, Masha's gonna kill you. I fucking love that. Love it. Love the mind games here. Love it. Then we got a really good vignette with PCO and Vincent. So Vincent tells PCO that there can be no doubt about their mission. I am, you are, we are, honor no more. That's fucking cool. He was kind of being brainwashed and then trying to, go back to the Frankenstein that he once was. I love that. Really fucking cool right there. Loved it. I would love whenever Honor No More does finally disband or break up to see Vincent and PCO as an act by themselves. They could get massively over in the tag division. Massively over. Like a better version of Decay, in my opinion. They need to go ahead and scrap Decay, in my opinion. It just needs to happen. Next, we had Brian Myers versus Pajinder Gujar for the Digital Media Championship. So Myers wins via disqualification. Who cares? They argue backstage. So Gujar, he leaves the Impact Zone with the Digital Media Championship in his possession. And then Scott D'Amore makes there's a brawl that breaks out between Myers and Pajinder Gujar. So Scott, he gets involved. He takes the title for himself. He tells them that in 2 weeks it's going to be a ladder match for the Digital Media Championship at Victory Road. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is the 24/7 title. This is the Impact's version of the 24/7 championship. Why? This shit isn't prestigious. What the fuck? It's worthless. They also run down that for Jordynne Grace at Victory Road is going to be a pick your poison, and Masha Slamovich is going to pick her poison. Love that. Love it. It's interesting to see who she's going to pick. Then the main event, Eddie Edwards versus Heath. Towards the end of the match, Mike Bennett gets involved. Heath was able to take him out with the wake-up call. but the ref was distracted trying to get rid of Bennett, and then out of nowhere, Edwards he hits a low blow on Heath, and then he wins with the Boston Knee Party. Post match, Edwards gets on the mic. He calls out Alexander to answer on whether or not he's going to join Honor No More. Eddie Edwards says that despite them being opponents at Bound for Glory, they can fight alongside each other in the war against the professional wrestling industry. Eddie asks him once again which side is he going to choose. Alexander says that his side is whichever is across from Eddie Edwards. And then out of nowhere, Mike Bennett attempts to blindside Alexander, but the champ takes him out, and then Josh and Eddie, they start to brawl. Kenny King gets involved. Then Rich Swann comes out to make the save to sort of kind of even the odds. Then out comes Matt Taven, and basically Honor No More beats down Josh Alexander. So Josh Alexander is it's like a 4-on-1. And then Eddie Edwards lays him out with the Boston Knee Party. And then Edwards, he stands over Alexander with the Impact World Championship in his grasp. He tells him he chose the wrong side. And then we go off the air. So I like that. It's interesting to see where they go with this. We all know that Alexander is going to win. He's going to retain. I don't know what they're going to do with Honor No More. I really don't. They're still getting this big push. It's interesting to see where they go with this. I like Josh Alexander, but man, there's no chase anymore. Josh has kind of reached his character arc, and there is no second gear to Josh Alexander. I'm liking what they're doing, but I don't know how much longer Josh needs to be champion. I really don't. I think that another chase would be good for him. You know, that's what I'm saying. If and when Josh does beat Eddie, the next opponent he has to face has to be either Jay White or Will Ospreay. I mean, especially with Aussie Open out, you know, United Empire out in Impact for a little bit. You know, it begs the question: are we going to see Will Ospreay and Josh Alexander cross paths, or Jay White and Josh Alexander cross paths? It's interesting. So, on that note, thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like button, comment down below. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below. I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.
To the